You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul.
And my name is Rob. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today for this episode 866. Glad that you're with us. Hope you're having a great day. Hoping you're getting new business. Hoping your business is growing. Hoping you're sending your questions in. And if you haven't, go to askdroneu.com. Hoping you're subscribing. That's a big help to us, which we appreciate very, very much, so that we can make sure we're getting this content out to you as quickly as it comes out. But excited to be here today.
Yes, very
Another
excited
good show,
to be here. I'm excited to talk about this too because I think it's something that's on everyone's mind. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Today's question is brought to you by the Drone U community. If you've been wondering what it's like to take 33 classes, have access to 33 classes, maybe you want to explore what it's like to do cell phone tower mapping, or maybe you want to get into construction mapping, what actually do you need to know and what actually do you need to deliver in order to run those jobs? Well, those are just 2 courses inside of the 33 course library at Drone U. And now you can actually try out Drone U. If you've been waiting, you've been thinking about, oh man, I love the show, the information, I just don't know. Now you can try Drone U for just $1. So check it out. Go to droneu.education.
Hey fellas, what's up? This is Kevin Hoffman from Toledo, Ohio. First and foremost, thank you. Just passed my Part 107 with a 93. Thanks to all your information. Got a question. I just saw that there's rumors out that the Phantom 5 is coming out. Just want to know if you guys have any information on that. What I'm hearing is that it's going to have different lenses that you can take on and off, which would be fabulous. That it's going to be waterproof, which would be fabulous. I'm looking to upgrade right now. I have a Spark, a Mavic Pro, and I want to add a Phantom. I don't want to add a Phantom if the Phantom 5 is going to be coming out soon. I've heard all kinds of release dates.
Yes. Question.
I guess I just kind of cut off.
There's something going on with that particular file, but no big deal. We get the gist.
Yeah, we do get the gist of it. I think long and the short of it is we don't know. Though there has been one particular person who has been right about calling every product that's pretty much come out in the last year. And I found him because the Drone DJ was putting out articles. In fact, I think he's actually a great aggregator. He was putting out articles discussing the Mavic 2. And I was like, where is he getting this information? So I finally downloaded one of the photos from his website and then found out it was from this guy. And look, voila, what I just showed you. I downloaded one of the photos, looked at the metadata, and found out it was from a guy on Twitter. So I've been following this person on Twitter whose English is a little bit broken, but he knows exactly what he is talking about. And the thing is that this guy's been right. So to talk about the Phantom 5 based on what he has put out, I feel fairly comfortable with, but it also does not mean that, that it's right. It's just speculation. We really don't know. So to answer his question on when is the Phantom 5 coming out, honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I would expect later half of this year, probably before Christmas. If I were a retailer, that's when I would launch the thing.
And to clarify, when you were in New York City for the Mavic 2 Pro, they didn't talk about it at all, probably.
No, everyone brushed it off like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, they were there for the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom, so that was their focus.
Exactly. In fact, I was actually talking to a prominent accident mapper who was saying like, oh yeah, Mavic 2 is great. Mavic 2 Pro is great, but I'm just going to double down on Phantoms and buy more Phantoms right now. We did see an article, and again, it's speculative. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but we did see an article saying that DJI has killed the Phantom 4 manufacturing process. So I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, and by the way, this person also said that, then it would mean that we are due for a Phantom 5 here pretty soon.
Although the version 2 didn't come out that long ago. It hasn't been that long.
Correct. It really hasn't been that long. But remember the Mavic Platinum, Mavic Pro Platinum, and then Mavic 2 Pro. Wasn't that long.
True.
So
True.
now here's the thing. We had broken a Phantom 4 Pro during a mapping class because of a student. So we went out and bought a Phantom 4 Pro version 2. And it's a fantastic drone. I will say it's not as agile as a Phantom 4 Pro, but it's awesome. Now, Phantom 5, what do we know? Let's get into the heart of this. Everyone is like, come on, Phantom 5, Phantom 5. What are the rumors? Well, the rumors are that it's going to look like an Inspire as far as color is concerned with that obsidian color. The remote is also going to change colors. And on top of that, they're saying that it's going to be a interchangeable lens, which I thought was fascinating. And in all honesty, if it is an interchangeable lens and they still have a global shutter, this would really be the ultimate mapping drone.
It'd be amazing.
I mean, this would be a $2,000 survey tool. And I think the price is going to go up because the Mavic 2 price went up $500.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think the price is going to go up. Now, is the Mavic 2 Pro a Phantom killer? Absolutely not. No way. Will the Phantom 5 be a Mavic 2 Pro killer? Absolutely not. It's funny. Someone just said on national news that the best-selling drone was a Phantom. As much as everyone would like to believe that, if you actually look at DJI's sales numbers and you listen to their presentations, the Mavic is the best-selling drone they've ever had.
Is that right?
By far, yes. It's because you think about who buys this drone, right? They look at all the other drones and they think they look, like something out of Terminator. They look at this, oh, it's cute, it's cool, it's stable, it's sturdy. Yeah, I can work with that. Do you know how many crazy random Japanese and Chinese people I ran into on Waikiki Beach with a Mavic? Flying it via Wi-Fi, and I was like, no, you can't do that here. And I mean, luckily, everyone was very receptive to me because I'd pull out my FAA card and be like, you can't do that here. And they'd be like, oh, and like put it away, So that was really cool that they did that. But watching someone fly a Mavic on Wi-Fi with literally thousands of people around, I was like, oh, I had to say something. I was literally half drunk, and I go up to Sarah, and I'm like, I have to go say something to that girl. And she's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You do it way too much. Don't do it. And I'm like, I have to. She's going to crash into someone's dome, and it's going to end up on national news. Meanwhile, there's some local drone crew, and I'm pretty sure it was the guy that owns the store in Honolulu, that's like got a section of the beach cordoned off with like the same cones that we have and the flight tape, and they all have vests on and freaking helmets. Like helmets. Flying a Phantom. Three
Safety
people for
first.
a Phantom. And I mean, that was the level of precaution they were taking versus this girl, this tourist who's just there like, I'm going to fly my Mavic Pro on Wi-Fi mode from my phone with thousands of people sitting around me right now. So
That's funny.
It is funny.
And so what about waterproof? That's probably not going to happen, right? For the Phantom 5?
I would guess that it's probably not waterproof. Actually looking at some of these articles, I just don't think it would ever be waterproof. Now, speaking of waterproof, there is a new waterproof drone coming out, and we are going to have dibs on it thanks to our friends over at Urban Drones. But if you want to see something really cool that is a waterproof drone, and I mean, the
It's pretty
remote,
cool.
the remote is waterproof. The drone is waterproof.
It's basically a submarine drone.
But he was like, don't tell people that. So.
Oh, oops. Sorry, dude.
Sorry, Alex.
I mean, here's the thing. All you got to do is watch the video, and I don't have to say that for people to think that.
I know, but
Right?
but for everyone, don't make the same mistake as me. Don't think
me,
that salt
apparently.
water and water are the same thing, because they're not.
Oh, okay.
Because you can corrode a motor that with salt water. A
Sure.
brushless motor can run all day long underwater, no problem.
Very interesting. Well, either way, it's cool. My bad. You got to tell me these things
It's
before
okay.
we bring them up.
It's okay. It adds entertainment value to the
funny.
show.
All right. Are we taking that out of the
But
show?
I really thought, I actually, the reason this came up is I was like, in our video, I want to showcase a unique, special, practical use of using this drone. And I gave him an example because it's something that they do in Arizona all the time. And he was like, yeah, we can't talk about it being a submarine drone. I'm like, but come on, you know it could do this. Come on. He's like, no, we can't make those promises. So you really got to give him respect and credit for saying things like that, because he's someone who's like, no, I need to stand behind my word 100%. It's not a submarine. It can be submerged for a long period of time, but it is not a submarine.
That makes sense. Yeah, he's not wanting to overpromise, which I can totally appreciate.
You got to, yeah, that takes mad respect. So
For sure.
Anyway, Phantom 5... when will it be here? We don't know. Will it be here? I'm sure. I have a feeling it's going to be more based on people who map and everything, because at the end of the day, the one drone I'll always have in my car after it being broken now is a Phantom 4 Pro. I will always, always, always have one in my car. Yeah. And I have to say, just thinking about this, Rob, when I built my business, my drone business outside of Drone U, which if you're not familiar, I still own that business for everyone who wants to know. I built the whole thing on a Phantom.
Phantom 2?
And 3. Yeah. And then 4.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole business. And I got Inspires to, film World Series of Surfing and all that. And it was great and it was fun. And everyone who's like, I want to map with an Inspire. I'm like, no, I want to map with an X7. Didn't work. I want to map with X5 focus issues. X4S. That's what you need. But why do you want to fly 2 batteries when you could just fly 1 Phantom battery and capture the same imagery? So I've literally regressed back to Phantom, especially since I've been forced to, because my Inspire 2 was broken and we sent it to New York City to get fixed up, which I just got it back yesterday, and I should be charging batteries right now, but I'm not.
We should be flying right now.
But we got shows to produce.
Anyways,
I'm
yes,
be
we
in
do.
Milwaukee filming a new search and rescue class. The search and rescue podcast has gone off. I mean, people love it. It's got tens of thousands of downloads. And we're going to be doing a class on search and rescue, on how to do it, how to use software to scan for photos, to look for people. In addition, the class is also going to cover, if you're a drone operator and you just want to learn how to do mapping acquisition, not processing, this will be a great class for that as well. And it's something that, Vic asked me yesterday, he's like, I got a client who needs mapping acquisition. And I talked to someone from a drone jobbing company, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, that's why I'm not mentioning who it is. Mm-hmm. But they were saying that they're revving up to do just mapping acquisition jobs because everyone wants it.
Yeah.
But the issue is getting that survey grade. And it was funny because that particular person said that company differentiates it as sub 2-inch accuracy versus over 2-inch accuracy. And sub 2-inch accuracy, everyone knows you need ground control points, you need RTK GPS.
Well, in sub 2-inch, if you're talking 1 7/8 inches, that's still not that great.
It's really not.
Right?
When we teach survey grade mapping, it's all about being sub 100 feet, because that's a ground sampling distance of an inch or less.
100 feet?
Yeah, in elevation when you're flying. As far as it's and guys, so much to calculate in that, right? Field of view of the camera, the focal length of the camera. Let's talk about height of the camera and the area that it's actually covering. Let's talk about overlap. Let's talk about obstacles. There are so many things that go into this. So I don't just think now I know how to do survey grade mapping. It's not that easy. So anyway.
But someday we're going to teach people.
Some days very soon, because in our new Ultimate Mapping class, we're doing just to clarify, we're doing a whole new mapping series. We're going to do a whole new mapping class combining intro and intermediate. Then we're going to be doing an advanced mapping course and mapping for specific practical jobs. So, if you looked at my outline or my mind map for the mapping track, you'd get lost. So
it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it because it's going to help a lot of people take their business to the next level. That's what it's about.
We're churning out classes faster than ever now, and I'm really, really, really proud of Hoel who has just stepped up and really helped us out. And
it's a good team.
It is a fantastic team. Also, I want to say a very special thank you to our new marketing director, Kara. Kara has been doing a fantastic job. If you see Kara at a conference, we need to give Kara some Drone U swag so everyone knows she's from Drone U.
We do need to do that. Tim and I were talking about that. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, we've got to get her some stuff.
Let me order some stuff from Vistaprint.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Tim loves our graphic people,
good.
But I love Vistaprint.
It's all good.
And besides, I want to get some stuff for Sarah,
we can
too.
spread the love around.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, if you see Kara out there, say hello. She's awesome. She's working for us, and I cannot say thank you enough. Really, thank you so much. Our team is really becoming what I've always dreamed of at a company, which is a company that you thoroughly enjoy going to every day, a company where the culture is priority. And to own a company like that is just powerful. And also, Rob,
We're blessed.
We wouldn't be there if it weren't for you.
Oh, gosh. We don't need to go there.
I'm not going to get sappy.
Thank you for listening.
You guys are awesome. Have a great day on that crazy bombshell. Thank you very much for listening to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U.